Shouldn't smoke in bed. Wait, not when you're going to fall asleep. You'll burn the whole place down one of these days.
That'd be no loss.
Where's the matches?
Must have used the last one last night.
It's typical of you, that is. And if you don't like my place, find your own.
Been over this, Irish, so many times. Money's tight.
You're bleeding tight. We were supposed to be married this time last year.
Bloody bells. Don't start, I've got a headache.
When you got those bonuses from those Ripper stories.
Yeah, those were the good times.
You said you were going to take me somewhere nice and make an honest woman out of me.
Good Lord God himself couldn't make an honest woman out of you, Iris. Look, it was either that or we spend the money on having that basin fitted. And I think we made the right decision. I mean, at least now you can wash yourself off when you get in the morning.
I wouldn't have to if you brought in a decent wage, Sebastian. Do you think I like going out every night?
How much do you make?
Not a lot.
Give us a penny.
What for?
Matches.
It's a crime. That is.
What is?
Living off immoral earnings.
Make an honest living from the newspaper, Iris.
Your wages don't even cover the rent no more.
Told you, Iris. Money's tight, even at the newspaper. I mean, everyone's so poor and miserable. And no one wants to read all about it because they're all bleeding living it.
You used to do all right.
And that was back when we had stories like the Ripper murders.
They were horrible. I used to be scared for my life every night I went out.
Yeah, I bet. I did sell a lot of newspapers. Speaking of which, I've got to get going.
You got time for a quick one before work?
I'm sure you've had enough for one night.
It ain't the same doing it for them as doing it for me, Sebastian.
No, I've got to go. I'm going to be late. Those were the good times.
Mr. Stubb, is it? Your iris tells me you're responsible for the rent these days.
Does she?
What's due?
Right.
3 shillings and sixpence.
Much as that, is it? Must be doing very well.
Well, I would be if any of you buggers paid me on time.
See, missus, the thing is if I'm late for work, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, I can't pay the rent. But you have my word that I'll square up with you by the end of the day, all right? Bollocks.
Nice of you to join us, Mr. Stubb.
It's hardly like there's a lot going on, Mr. Stimpson, is there?
Well, young Mr. Cartwright here is managing to keep himself busy.
I am writing my first story. I saw a robbery on the way to work. Mr. Stimpson says I might get the front page.
You promised me the front page.
The front page and its associated bonus goes to whoever most deserves it. These are your stories of the day. Make what you can of them.
Bleeding hell's this? A missing dog? What's supposed to do with this?
It's a valuable hunting dog.
It's a dog. No one gives a damn about a bleeding dog. This ain't gonna make the front page and you know that.
The missing dog is the best one of the lot.
I made this paper. My Ripper stories made this paper.
That was a year ago. What have you brought us since?
Missing dog. What's supposed to do with that?
You always say a reporter can make a story out of anything. What was it you said once? Heroes into villains?
A good reporter can turn heroes into villains and villains into heroes. Take this robbery you saw earlier.
Well, it was outside the bank near Adelina Grove. Now they were bringing in these briefcases full of cash. Now, this bloke walks up, snatches the briefcase and makes a run for it. And the guards, they fire after him, but with everyone screaming and panicking in the crowd, well, he just disappeared.
And that's your story, yeah? Ain't bad at all. But answer me this, Lenny. Who's the villain?
Well, the robber, of course.
Why's that?
Well, he's a criminal, a thief.
Who'd he steal from?
The bank?
And who cares about banks? Nobody, Lenny. Nobody cares about banks. I mean, you take a majority of our readers, probably haven't got 2 pennies to rub together. And they give a damn about some rich banker that's lost a few quid.
So, well, you'd like to make the bank the villain.
Right.
Then who's our hero?
This fella. And why did he do it?
Needed money, I suppose?
And who couldn't do with a bit of extra cash these days? I mean, what's to say you ain't got a family to support, you know? Starving kids to feed, wife too sick to work.
His wife's too sick to work. Who said that?
You did, Lenny. Just then.
What?
Our exclusive source, who personally witnessed the robbery, commented that the suspect may have acted out of desperation due to having a sick wife.
I can't be a source. I'm writing the story.
Not anymore, Lenny. How does this sound? Dodging bullets, suspect made his escape. Plucky young man.
Well, he wasn't young. He had grey hair.
The distinguished looking man made his escape into the crowd who cheered him on.
Well, they weren't cheering. They were screaming.
You know, I don't even think you're cut out for this, Lenny. Maybe you should stick to doing your drawings.
You're the one who gets to be more creative when you're writing the stories.
You implying that I just make stuff up? Never. Lenny, I've never printed a single word of a lie. It's all about choosing the right angle. Bollocks. I've got to get matches.
What's that?
Letter with my name on it.
Where's it from?
Don't know, I just found it in the bag.
What? Did you bump into anyone in the street? Perhaps they slipped it in when you weren't looking.
Not that I know of.
Why are you so scared by this?
It's written in red ink. Signed Jack the Ripper. Someone having a laugh, mate. Gotta be. I mean, even the writing is the same as the ones that I wrote.
The ones you wrote?
Yeah, just over a year ago now. Before you worked here. You remember the big Jack the Ripper scare? That was me. I came up with that.
So you made it up?
I don't make stuff up, do I? I just came up with the angle. See, it was the letters that he supposedly wrote confessing to the murders, so I did them.
That still sounds rather dishonest.
See, I never said the letters were written by Jack the Ripper. Just that they were signed Jack the Ripper, which they were. And they look just like this.
Well, what does it say?
Dear boss, I warrant you'll be most surprised in receiving this letter from me. Your old friend, Jack. I've been enjoying a leave of absence these past 12 months, but presently I've had a yearning to once again feel the touch of warm flesh and blood. She told me her name was Mavis. I found her on Mulberry Street, which is where I slit her throat before concealing the body in a nearby workshop whose door was helpfully unlocked.
That's quite specific, Mulberry Street.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. Someone having a laugh.
Well, where are you going then?
To get matches.
So, not down to Mulberry Street?
No. See, that would be a waste of my time, wouldn't it? Guess we'll give Lenny something to work with.
Oi. What are you doing there?
Telling you, I'm a reporter for the London Morning Times. I had a legitimate reason to be there, yeah? See, I'm writing a story.
Tell it to Chief Inspector Wingate. I'm off duty now.
And where do I find this Wingate fella?
He'll find you.
And what am I supposed to do till then?
Write your story.
You Wingate?
Chief Inspector Wingate, yes.
Sebastian Stubb, London Morning Times.
I'm not in the habit of shaking hands with criminals, Mr. Stubb.
Got it all wrong. Like I said to your man earlier, I ain't nothing to do with this. I shouldn't be in here.
Ah, yes. Marlborough Street, isn't it? Nasty business. They're still trying to identify the girl.
Her name was Mavis.
I thought you said you had nothing to do with it.
I'm a reporter for the London Morning Times. Yeah? Found this letter. And it said that this young girl called Mavis has had her throat cut and that her body had been stashed somewhere on a warehouse in Mulberry Street. I mean, I thought it was a joke at first.
A joke? It doesn't sound very humorous to me, Mr. Stubb.
Have a look at the signature at the bottom.
Jack the Ripper.
See what I mean?
Wait a minute. We had a newspaper man in custody before over these Ripper murders. He had a clutch of letters, said were from the Ripper. And it turned out the bastard was writing them himself so he could gain some cheap publicity.
See, that was me.
And here you are, up to your old tricks again.
See, I didn't write that one.
Really? And why should I believe that?
How could I have written it? When I've been stuck in here all day. Have a look at it. It's written with an ink pen. Red ink.
Give me your bag. One ink pen. And one bottle of red ink.
You know, I forgot that was it now. I mean, that's from before. The old letters. Didn't even know I was still walking around with them.
The fact remains that you could easily have written that letter whilst you were in the cell.
Even if I did, that don't make me a murderer, does it? And you can't keep me locked up in here just because you don't like the way I'm doing my job, Wingate.
I suppose not. Come with me, Mr. Stubb. We have a lot to discuss. When I heard about Mulberry Street, my first thought was of the Ripper murders. So I sent someone down to the records room to bring me the original case file from last year. Now that I think of it, I seem to recall your name being mentioned in several places.
Yeah, well, like I said to your last inspector, what was his name?
Rees.
He tried to pin it all on me over the letters. But in the end, he knew it was just a load of old bollocks.
Yes, I had to let Rees go in the end. Early retirement. A decent man by all accounts, but his lack of results on the Ripper case was simply unforgivable.
She never did nab anyone for it, then?
To my great shame, no.
Now he's back.
That's a big assumption, Stubb. The case was well known, thanks to you. Everyone knew about his methods.
So what, this is just someone trying to get in on his act?
Quite possibly. Another killer trying to make a name for themselves.
That's interesting theory, that, Wingate. Don't make sense, though.
And why is that?
Well, because he ain't making a name for himself, is he? He's just using someone else's name.
So,
my theory is this bloke, whoever he is, he's doing it for the publicity. Everyone talking about him. Everyone's scared of him. That's why he sent me that letter.
yes, of course, but
Why sign it Jack the Ripper? Why not come up with his own gimmick? I don't know, but Mick the Stabber.
you're rather good at coming up with these names, aren't you, Stubb?
All I'm saying is all the publicity's going to the old Ripper, isn't it? Not the copycats, so why bother?
Unless it is the same man. These are the original letters that Inspector Rees took from you,
Yeah.
that you wrote.
Yeah, well, you see, Reese would never let me keep the letters, despite me telling him it weren't real evidence.
Let me see that letter again. It's hard to be sure, but they look the same.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I first saw it.
So, you want me to believe that you wrote this one, but you didn't write this one?
Look, let me tell you something.
Yes.
If you can just assume just for 1 minute that I'm telling you the truth,
Yes.
that would mean whoever wrote that new letter is the real killer. Because nobody else knew about that body first thing this morning on Mulberry Street when I found that letter in my bag.
And your point is?
My point is this. That letter is written in the exact same style as the ones that I wrote last year, which up until now have been kept in a case file locked away in your records room. So, whoever this killer is, he's got access to your records.
You're later than normal. Actually been doing some work today, have you?
Yeah. Look, have a look at this, will you?
You taking the piss? You know I can't read, Sebastian.
Yeah, you can see that that's a letter though, Iris. Yeah, the red ink.
You're trying that one again, are you? Fake Ripper letters. It ain't gonna work unless there's a murder to go with it.
There's been a bloody murder, Iris. Just like last time. Saw the body, her throat had been there. And I've been in the police cell all day trying to convince them that I ain't nothing to do with it. And that I didn't write that letter.
Are you saying Jack the Ripper's come back? After all this time?
There ain't no such person as Jack the Ripper, Iris. That's just a name that I came up with.
Yeah, but somebody killed all those girls.
Yeah. Look, come here, sweetheart. I mean, what if tonight you didn't go out?
What about the next night? And the next? Before you know it, we'll both be starving in the streets. Besides, I always carry some protection.
Protection?
Yeah. It ain't much. It's a bit blunt. But it does a job.
Swear you're going to be working tonight then?
Mulberry Street seems a nice bet. It's nice and quiet.
Anywhere but there, that's where that woman got her throat cut.
All right then, Jubilee Street. As long as Maggie Mercer ain't around.
Who?
The cow. She reckons she owns everywhere from Jubilee Street to Mill Yard. She's always telling me to get off her patch. With any luck, Jack the Ripper will scare her off. Or do her in.
This ain't funny, Iris.
What are you so down about? If there's more killings, that's a good thing, isn't it? Just like last time.
Last time was different. That letter, that's the real deal. And whoever wrote it slashed that girl's throat last night on Mulberry Street. And whoever it is, well, they've got their eyes on me.
got a room.
I know it ain't much. Warehouse only lets me use it so long as I clean up after. So what'll it be then?
Iris! Where are you, girl?
Are you all right, mister?
Yeah. This is Jubilee Street, right?
Yeah.
I was looking for a girl.
Well, it looks to me like you just found one.
No, I'm just looking. What's your name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Maggie Mercer.
And what's it to you?
Don't worry, I'll look somewhere else.
What's the matter? And are your type?
You don't understand.
You know I can get you whatever you want. What do you like? Little boys, is it?
No.
Some dirty pictures?
Just forget about it.
You don't know what you're missing.
You seen any strange men around here?
Only the one.
Very good. Yeah.
It ain't free, you know.
What ain't?
My time. Well, I've been wasting my time talking to you. I could have been servicing some nice young gentleman.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, you're one of those, aren't you? You just want to talk.
Keep it down.
You ain't got the nerve to get your cock out, let alone your wallet.
Shut up. You have the coppers onto us. How much do you want? What are you doing? Get off of that.
Get off, you bleeding cheapskate. Get off.
Christ.
Mum, you're going to be late for work again.
Went out looking for you last night.
You did what?
Yeah. Thought you said you was going to be on Jubilee Street.
Yeah, changed my mind.
Jobbing on. Bumped into an old pal of yours down there. Maggie Mercer.
I told you, she ain't my friend. She's a cow.
You ain't one.
You shouldn't come looking for me at night. You might see something you don't want to see.
Oh, don't worry, Iris. I'm under no illusions. I mean, I can't imagine.
It ain't the same as seeing it in the flesh, though, is it? If you must know, I went down Limehouse. Gobbed off 6 Chinamen. All lined up for it they were. And it ain't true what they say, you know.
Leave it out with you, Iris.
Well, I told you you wouldn't like it.
Said this, I'm going to work.
Ain't you gonna have any breakfast? I could do you a sausage.
I ain't hungry.
Is that you, Mr. Stubb?
Come on in.
Don't you good morning me. Where's the rent you owe me?
Look. I'll get paid by the end of the week. And I'll square up with you then. All right? Cross my heart.
3 shillings and 6pence.
Look at this. This morning's Daily Herald. Exclusive story. Murder on Mulberry Street. A young girl with her throat torn out. And look what we had to lead with.
Valuable hunting dog goes missing.
You're losing your touch, Stab.
I did say the missing dog story was no good.
And now we're playing catch-up with the Daily Herald.
Yeah, well, the Herald have got a copper on the payroll.
Know that for sure, do you?
And they must have. How else do you think they're getting all these exclusives?
You need to get your finger out, Stab. Or else Lenny there will be doing your job this time next week.
It's all right. I don't think I want your job. Not sure I've got the knack for it. Where were you really yesterday?
I was out investigating that murder.
Oh, you saw the body?
Yeah. And it was exactly like the letter said.
This, I can work with this. This is good. Why didn't you tell Stimson? He would have been over the moon. Not even the Herald have a picture.
Because I'm not sure we should run with it.
What?
I mean, I was working on it all day yesterday and I don't know, call it a gut feeling. Just don't think it's a good idea.
But you've been waiting for a story like this all year, haven't you?
Yeah. But not this. Why do you think he sent me that letter?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. Because he wants to be in the newspaper, just like before. And it was me that made his name, wasn't it? Jack the Ripper.
If you wrote about him before, why not do it again?
Because this time it's different. It's personal. I mean, if I give him what he wants, he's just gonna keep doing it, isn't he? A bit like chicken and the egg, you know? He kills people, I write about it, and he keeps killing people. Kind of makes me a bit responsible, doesn't it?
You don't know that. This could have been a one-off. What's that?
Another letter from him. I found it in my bag this morning.
What does it say?
Dear boss, so I see you saw my handiwork on Mulberry Street. Tonight's was a little different. I took myself a souvenir. You might want to wend your way down to a warehouse in Adelina Grove, for there's a girl down there who had something I wanted to get off her chest. Come on.
Where are you going? Adelina Grove?
Yeah. And you're coming with. Lenny. Yeah. Oh, God. You getting it? Taking it all in?
Why have you dragged me up here?
So you can understand. That there could have been my iris. And the bloke that did this, he wanted me to find that body. So I'd do a big story and put a picture of it on the front page of the newspaper. So do me a favour and get drawing, yeah?
I was just thinking. You said the bloke who did this.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, why assume it's a man? Last time they questioned dozens of men. And never a single woman. Perhaps that's why they never found their culprits.
There's no way in hell that a woman could do something like that.
No? Well, it seems to me anyone with a knife could do that. And you know what they say? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Do you know any scorned women, Sebastian?
Still going out tonight then?
You know I am. Don't worry. Got my knife on me.
Yeah, you said it was a bit blunt.
Yeah, but it does the job.
Sure it does.
Look, if you don't want me to work, you better start bringing some more money in. Aren't you making anything off the back of those Ripper murders? I heard they found another body.
Yeah. Adelina Grove. Geezer cut off one of her,
Well, this is what you've been waiting for, isn't it? Jack the Ripper is back. It's time to stop writing those headlines, Seb.
Yeah.
What the bleeding hell is wrong with you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm working myself to death, screwing anything that looks in my direction and... Well, you can't even be bothered to get off your arse when something like this falls into your lap. These Ripper letters, they're a gift from God, Sebastian.
Gift from God, Iris, yeah? Gift from a murderer, I think you'll find. A murderer seems to know who I am and seems to be following me around, yeah? How do you think that makes me feel?
I don't care how you feel. I'm going out.
Hang on. You said Ripper letters.
What of it?
Letters, Iris. I showed you one letter. How do you know I've got another one?
There was another murder, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So you got another letter, didn't ya?
Yeah.
I ain't got time for this.
What's going on, Iris?
Sebastian,
I was watching.
what do you mean? Just found this letter in your bag, so...
I saw you coming in. And I saw you trying to plant that letter in my bag. Now, don't lie to me, Iris! What the bloody hell was going on?
I did it for you, you prick!
No, you tell me it ain't you writing those letters.
How could I write the letter, you stupid sod? You know I can't read and write. I didn't know what it was about. Not at first. He said it would be good for you.
Who?
I don't know who he is. I only ever saw him at night and he got a scarf over his face. He said that all I had to do was to pass you these letters without you knowing about where they came from. And then there'd just be a couple of quid in it for me.
What about after I told you what was in those letters, Iris?
There's no reason to stop taking them. People get killed all the time in this town.
What's to say he ain't gonna come after you next, hmm?
He needs me, don't he? To get to you.
You're here early.
I've got a story to write, haven't I?
The Ripper murders.
Got it in one.
Is this a new one?
Yeah.
So he's killed again. Did you see what happened?
Did I see him, you mean? The Ripper? No.
Pity. You could have described him, I could have drawn him.
You can still do the body.
I thought you didn't want to do it. The Ripper stories.
Did I ever tell you how I got into this business, Lenny?
No. I don't think you did.
Saucy, innit? The girl in that photographic print was the daughter of someone very important. Oh, I've forgot the main details now. She thought she was doing it for the art. And the images ended up getting shared around all the gentlemen clubs in Whitechapel and Bethnal Green, which is where I managed to get hold of one. And trust me, Lenny, nothing sells newspapers better than a sex scandal.
You shouldn't have this.
Keep it if you like. That's how you get your jollies.
What exactly does this have to do with the Ripper murders?
Printing newspapers gives us a lot of power. I mean, we could take someone down just like that with an incriminating story.
Heroes into villains.
Exactly. Now you take this Jack the Ripper. He wants to be front page news, right? His name on the tip of everyone's tongue. People too scared to leave their houses at night, just like before. But he ain't gonna get that. Not if we can come up with the right angle.
Stop. What have you been up to?
What now?
There's someone downstairs demanding to see you.
Tell him I'm busy. Who is it?
Chief Inspector Wingate.
This is bollocks. I ain't done nothing and you know that.
On the contrary, Stubb. I'm preparing to press formal charges.
For what? Writing letters?
No. For murder.
You what?
Some new evidence has come to light. Rather compelling evidence. I've had no choice but to act on.
What are you talking about? Evidence?
I have a statement here from the gentleman standing behind you. He just happens to be the constable who patrols the Jubilee Street area. 2 nights ago, he reports that he witnessed you attacking a local prostitute by the name of Maggie Mercer.
Attacking?
He's even done a little sketch. Here. See, this is you, grabbing her by the arm. That's what happened, isn't it, Constable?
That's what I saw, sir.
I weren't attacking her.
Oh, so you admit you were there?
Yeah?
And you admit that this happened?
Yeah, but
Because the very next night, do you know what else he saw? Do tell us, Constable.
Maggie Mercer.
Only this time, she was dead in an alley, with her throat slit from ear to ear.
you know, this is circumstantial bollocks.
It's a clear-cut case, Stubb, and you know it. And it's not just Maggie Mercer, it's all the others as well.
What?
You do have a habit of mysteriously turning up at all the murder scenes. You knew about Mulberry Street before we did.
Because it was in the letter.
That's another thing. The so-called Ripper letters that you've already admitted to writing yourself.
That was the old ones.
You were under suspicion a year ago, but Inspector Reeves was too damned incompetent to finish the job. Now we've got you. Let's take him to the cells. Frankly, Stubb, I've rarely seen such a mountain of evidence. My advice to you is to confess now. Show enough remorse and maybe, or just maybe, you'll end up with life in an asylum, rather than the noose. Although, if it was me, I think I'd much prefer the latter.
Why are you so keen to pin this all on me, Wingate? What have I ever done to you?
You can deny it all you like, Stubb. You'll get what you deserve, I'll see to that.
There's more to this than you think, you know that?
What do you mean?
Well, I know you don't believe me, but I didn't write those letters.
Whether or not you wrote those letters is the least of my concerns. It's the murders I'm interested in.
First, I thought the killer was sending me those letters for the publicity. Yeah? I was wrong. He's sending me those letters to set me up.
And why would he do that?
I don't know. Look, talk to my girl, Iris. She'll tell you.
Tell me what?
I didn't do these murders. And I didn't write the letters. She's the only one that can prove that. I mean, I didn't want to involve her at first, but, well, I don't have a choice now, do I?
And where can I find this Iris?
What's going on, Wingate?
This is the only person who can prove your innocence, Stubb. A down market, Whitechapel Hall. I doubt anyone would believe a single word this slut has to say, but then again, you're going down for these murders, Stubb. I'll make sure of it. Even if I have to slit the throat of another whore right here in front of you.
I don't understand any of this.
You think you're the only clever bastard who can ruin someone's life with a story? Remember the one about the innocent girl with a good upbringing, who made one mistake? A mistake that you caused her to regret for the rest of her life, which wasn't very long. She killed herself, Stubb. My only daughter. My Jessica. After
you printed that story about her little indiscretion.
The girl in the photograph.
It's coming back, is it? Well, I didn't forget, Stubb. Having my family name dragged through the mud. I wanted to come after you with the full weight of my position. But apparently, no crime had been committed.
That's why you did it, Killed all those girls.
And why not? Girls die on this street all the time.
Never get away with it. It's a police station.
This is my police station, Stubb. And the doors are locked and I have the keys. Like I said, Stubb, you're not the only one who can come up with a good story. Try this one. Penniless gutter reporter who longs for the good old days resurrects his greatest villain, Jack the Ripper.
That's bollocks.
Only you can't report on a string of murders unless there's a string of murders to report on. So he goes out at night.
Bollocks.
He goes out at night, as witnessed by a police constable, attacks prostitutes, and makes up fancy letters. I have no doubt that you're going to hang for this, Stubb. And when you do, I'm going to be watching from the public gallery with a big smile on my face. There's just one fly in the ointment, isn't there? One witness who can attest to where the letters really came from.
Let her go. She ain't done nothing to her, has she? It's me you want.
So,
I'll confess.
you're what?
I'll confess to the murders, Wingo. All the girls. It'll be, my trial. No need for witnesses, huh? I'll go straight to that noose. Just let her go.
You do that just to save this little whore.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to involve you. I love you.
I'm sorry. I can't accept your proposal. I have total confidence that you'll hang, whether you confess or not. No more audacious murder right here in the cells of the Metropolitan Police. Will only make the case stronger. So, here she is. The final victim of Jack the Ripper. Otherwise known as Sebastian Stubb.
I had to do it. He was going to kill her.
Lily? How'd you get in here?
I took a set of keys from my father's study.
Father? Who's that?
sorry about your woman, Iris.
Don't apologise, man. You saved her life. If you hadn't have done what you did.
I had no choice. I couldn't watch as he murdered another woman.
See, I'm still trying to get my head around all this. I mean, how comes Wingate's your father?
He's my stepfather. That's why we don't share the same family name.
This is his place.
This is his study. He was never the same after Jessica's suicide. Something inside of him just broke. Put a brave face on it. But he was entirely consumed by it. I had to take his pistol out of fear that he'd do something stupid. That's why I agreed to help him.
With what?
To get revenge on you. This whole Ripper episode gave him the perfect opportunity. My father got me the job at the Morning Times so I could find out more about you. To help set you up. But I swear, I knew he was going to write more Ripper letters, but I didn't know he would go through with it. The murders.
So why didn't you say something earlier? Do something to stop him?
I had no idea what he was doing. I thought he was just going to take existing cases and pin them on you.
Oh, nice. So you were happy for me to go down for something I never did?
He raised me since I was a boy. Wouldn't you do what your father told you to, even if you thought it might be wrong?
I don't know. I never knew my old man.
God knows what'll happen in the morning. They'll find his body, and I'll have to explain everything to them. You'll have a field day, won't you?
What's that?
Well, it's the story of the year. A man in my father's position, doing what he did. You'll have the front page for a month.
You never know.
The thing is, I'm not sure I could stand that. The family barely recovered from the last scandal. And this would be 100 times worse. I think I'd do just about anything to stop that from happening.
Hold it right there, Lenny. The story's got to come out somehow, innit? Saying that, there's always an angle.
Heroes into villains.
Oh, don't work for once, eh, Stub? Your little run-in with the police seems to have done you some good. Is this ready to go? If we hurry, we can make the afternoon edition.
I'll bring it down to you in a bit. I want Lenny to proofread it first.
Chief Inspector Wingate. Heroic to the end.
That would be your headline.
Hold on a minute, I thought this was going to be a Ripper story.
Oh, it is.
Right. Well, all right then. Just bring it down when it's ready. I'll hold the front page for as long as I can.
highly decorated Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police, was shot and killed last night in the process of confronting a prime suspect in the notorious Jack the Ripper case. You make it sound like he was shot by the suspect.
But does it say that?
No, not exactly, but...
Keep breathing.
The tragic loss of this respected man's life did, however, successfully prevent another murder. I can't believe it. You've turned him into
a hero. Now give it back to me quick. If we're lucky, still make this afternoon's edition.
Wait. I just wanted to apologise for how I pressured you into doing this. And this whole thing just had my head spinning. I wasn't thinking straight.
I bet.
I just wanted you to know how much this means to me.
Mr. Stubb.
Good evening, missus.
Never mind your good evenings. There is still the matter of your outstanding rent.
3 shillings and 6pence, I do believe. You ain't going out tonight, are you?
Who said I was? This is for you.
These are for you.
Better put them in water. Did you remember the matter at all? Jesus, Lord God. It's a miracle. What's all this in aid of then?
I got paid today, didn't I?
Is that today's paper?
Yep. Afternoon edition. Front page.
Chief Inspector Wingate. Heroic to the end. Such a nice thing you're doing for Lenny. I sometimes forget you're capable of doing nice things. But then... every now and then, you surprise me. Still can't believe what you said in that cell.
I'm not entirely selfless, Iris. There is this small matter of this rather generous front page bonus.
I'll take that.
And how comes you get to keep that?
Because I'm going to earn it. Right now. What's that?
You read out the headline.
What?
Just then. You said Wingate wrote it to the end.
No, I was just guessing.
You said you couldn't read.
I can't.
Why would you lie about that?
Seb, you're hurting me.
You knew, didn't you? What was in those letters, right from the start? You knew Wingate was setting me up. But you just, went along with it?
figured something out. You think you're so clever, don't ya? You don't know fuck all! You got it then?
Every penny.
You took your time?
Well, I had to go to the Herald. Let them know I no longer have access to the police records.
I seem to be saying this quite a lot recently, but what the fuck is going on?
Seb, I really must thank you again for the story you wrote.
It's all right, Lenny. I know it meant a lot to you.
Indeed it did. £1,000 to be exact.
I don't get it.
You never will. This sort of business is out of your league, Sebastian.
Well, it's quite simple, really. My father was an important man. And the title of Chief Inspector comes with a generous life insurance policy. But these policies, well, they're complicated. It was only valid if he was killed in the line of duty. Which, according to your newspaper report, he was.
You were in on this and all, were you, Iris?
Where do you think I go each night? Walking the streets. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I go to Lenny's place. He's the one that taught me to read. And how to pose.
How to pose?
For the camera.
I never knew you were into photography, Lenny.
It's a sideline. I'm into anything that makes me money. And I had the equipment lying around since art college.
Did you take the,
I took the photographs of Jessica, yes. Are you only just figuring this out?
Your own sister, you dirty bastard.
She was my step-sister. We weren't related. But we were close. Very close. Which is why I'll never forgive you for what you did.
So this was your idea then? Not Wingate's?
I told you, the man was broken. I could have talked him into doing anything I wanted. So I did.
Well, it seems like you both got everything you want, so I'm just gonna...
Not quite everything. My sister is still dead. And you're walking around enjoying life.
I wouldn't exactly say that.
I would have loved to see you hanged for those Ripper crimes. But I suppose any death's as good as another.
Come on.
Though I have got to say, after everything you've done for me, I am struggling to pull the trigger.
Let me do it. I'll kill the fucker. Anytime you like.
Iris.
How long did you think I was going to hang around waiting for you to make an honest woman out of me? Did you really think that I wouldn't find someone better? Someone that could give me more than a limp 3 inches every once in a blue moon? You're pathetic, Sebastian. In every fucking way. Especially what you said in that cell. Begging for my life. No one wants to see their man beg. Sebastian. It's such a turn.
Wait!
It's all right. I know what I'm doing. One quick slice. Cross the throat. The coppers. I think it's another Ripper murder.
No, they won't. The Ripper only targeted women. The murder of a man like Stubb, that might attract a full investigation. But it's suicide, right?
Fuck me, that was loud.
Yes. I don't recommend we hang around long.
Listen, why don't me and you take that briefcase of money uptown and I can show you a good time.
Iris.
Yeah.
I think our little partnership has run its course.
What?
It's over. Finished. I'm not planning on staying in London, and I no longer require your assistance.
After you got that £1,000, you mean? I thought I was going with you. What about my share of the money?
I never promised you a share.
I thought that...
You have been well paid for your services. Now, I must go.
My services.
Consider it a bonus.
Don't you do this to me, Lenny.
Iris.
Don't you fucking dare do this to me!
I am a wealthy man. I cannot be seen consorting with prostitutes. Surely you understand that.
Give me that case!
Iris, don't do this.
I'll cut you up, Lenny. Don't think that I won't.
You don't understand.
Now you just stay put. And I'm... £1,000. Why don't it weigh anything? What the fuck's this?
A banker's check, payable to me.
How do I spend it?
You can't.
Cool blood in chaliced hands, to the dregs towards the end.